Everyone knows that one person in Wulong Fengchu can settle the world. As everyone knows, there are also chaffinches. Looking at the overall situation, he is known as the capital's talent. Travel through the three kingdoms. I originally thought of relying on the prophet. At the end of the day, he can also be a military advisor. But reality hit me hard. There are many noble families. Take the world as a wonder. Frequent wars. But I just don't live in a humble family. Not starving to death is a gift from God. It is even more difficult to get ahead. Fortunately, the timeline traveled through is the three kingdoms. A large number of counselors have not yet been born. Therefore, I plan to become a disciple of Mr. Mingjia Shuijing first. Gold yourself. So I ran to Mr. Crystal Sima Hui. He shamelessly became his disciple. With Zhuge Liang, Pang Tong, and Su Shu. The ceremony of studying together and building classmates. However, they and I are not close friends. He even had a quarrel with Zhuge Liang. Now, Zhuge villagers have settled in Liu Bei. Su Shu returned to Chao Ying, but said nothing. Pang Tong went to Jiangdong to find a job. I don't know how Pang Tong is doing now. I sighed. I remembered the days when I was a student. Among the dozens of disciples was Zhuge. Pang Tong and I are the most famous. The first two are due to intelligence. And I was too dissatisfied. Therefore, I often delve into some gadgets. These gadgets are very common in modern times. But in ancient times, it is an unpopular path that is accustomed to strange sounds and skills. Therefore, Sima Hui was very disappointed. He also gave me the nickname Yenkei. This is a mockery of me, and I have no aspirations for Honghu. But there is no real learning. And the gadgets that Zhuge Liang was studying on me also scoff. There is always a sense of intellectual superiority about him. In addition, he has a proud life experience. The attitude towards me was more like charity and sympathy. Therefore, I am fighting for my breath. He often goes against Zhuge Liang. But because of Sima Hu's preference, I was the one getting punished every time. Over time, the relationship between the two deteriorated. I would show one every time I was punished. You don't understand the expression of the song, leading to other senior brothers in the division. The attitude towards me is also not good. In my eyes, he can be called a rival. Only Zhuge Pangtong. Su Shu barely counted half. Maybe it's the advantage of being a time traveler. I learn new things incredibly quickly. These classics on national policies in the spring and autumn period. I know them all by heart. Marching and fighting, arranging troops in formation. Knowledge such as astronomy and geography is not a problem for me. On the day of graduation, I went to Zhuge Liang and told him harsh words. Sooner or later the world will change because of me. Then the teacher will know that I am better than you. Don't think that chaffinches don't have spiritual talents. Looking back now, I just feel hot on my face. I was really young and frivolous back then. How could you say such shameful things? After graduation, I have a reputation as a bird that fell when I was a student. When he went to join Liu Bei, he was rejected by him. Instead, he went to Jiangdong to find a job. And because he had no family background, he was looked down upon. Disheartened, I simply went to Cao Cao and became a firefighter. However, as the saying goes, there is no perfect way. I just entered Chaoying not long ago. Xiahou Dun was burned down by a fire in Buangpo. One night, Cao Cao couldn't sleep and slipped into the fire room. At that moment I had just stepped into the makeshift firehouse. He followed in on the heels. See me squatting there and eating a piece of cake. And I never thought that other people would come to the fire room so late at night. For a moment, we just stared at each other. I froze in place. After a while, I stood up and said, "There are also flatbreads here to lighten your stomach." It was dark at night and the lights were dim. There was no fire in the fire room. I couldn't see clearly the person coming. Just think that he is also a hungry veteran looking for food. Seeing that Cao Cao did not move, I smiled again and said, "Don't worry. I won't tell anyone else. You can eat it." Cao Cao was thinking in his mind, this is treating him as an ordinary veteran. This would make it easier for him to ask questions. Think about it this way. He stepped forward and took half of the pen. "You are a firefighter. Don't you understand this? The fire-headed soldier will still be hungry. Is there a problem with food and grass?" I was defenseless. After all, they are all low-level soldiers. He said bluntly, "It's not about food and grass. I'm just hungry." After saying that, I looked at Cao Cao. "Although I can't see the face clearly, but you can roughly see the figure. You are short in stature. My appetite is not good, but I didn't sense the danger at all. Go on. You're welcome. Just eat. If you don't have enough to eat in the future, feel free to come to me. Maybe someday I can also get you some jerky or something. Listen to me." Cao Cao felt less angry. I secretly thought about this little soldier. Although there is no way to speak, but he has a good heart. Forget it. Don't argue with him. He was about to leave, but I grabbed him in a familiar way, mysteriously from around the corner. "Take out a gourd treasure. Bring it to him. Pull out the plug and shake it." The aroma of wine penetrated Cao Cao's nose. Cao Cao frowned. "Don't you know that nobility are prohibited from drinking alcohol in the military?" "If you don't tell me, and I don't tell you, who can know? Keep your voice down, don't let the sound seekers hear you. This is the wine prepared for Chao Qingxiang. Cao Cao murmured in his heart. This group of soldiers were obviously greedy for wine. He suddenly came to his senses, stood up and was about to leave. But he just got up. I saw a ball of fur falling out of my arms, fall to the ground and unfold a corner. By the dim moonlight, you can vaguely see lines all over the fur. What is this? Cao Cao asked curiously. I drank another bowl of wine. Unfold the fur and spread it on the ground, he said proudly. This is the march map. I drew it casually when I had nothing to do. Cao Cao hurriedly took advantage of the moonlight to take a closer look. Sure enough, on the palm-sized fur, the painting is exactly where they are currently camping. This map is very detailed. Every detail in the military camp. The surrounding terrain is clear. Even the route of advance and withdrawal. An analysis of camp layout and terrain. It's all written next to it. It was also the first time for Cao Cao to see such a detailed map. This is really what you drew. What's the point of me trying to figure this out? I am rich. March and fight. There is no such thing as astronomy and geography. I am not familiar with it. It's just that no one knows the goods. May I ask, where did you learn from, sir? From which sect? Forget it. Drink. Drink. A man is a true man and his ambition is to conquer the world. If there is really a strategy, he should find a place to exact his revenge. Why waste time here? Seeing me unmoved, he continued. Even if you don't think about yourself, you also have to think about your family and friends. If something was done, relatives and friends can also join in the fun. It's a good time for the country, isn't it? Sir, please wait here for a moment. I'm going to rescue it. What a shame. For a long time, I could only save the soldier and drink. What a waste of wine. Go get a jar of wine. Get some more cooked meat. Yes. It didn't take long. Cao Cao returned to the firehouse with the wine and meat. I suddenly smelled the aroma of meat. Standing up in surprise. Where did you get it? This is something only generals can enjoy. Cao Cao put the wine and meat on the table. He smiled and said it was given to me by the general. You are so interesting. Rest assured, as long as I have something to eat, you will never go hungry. Mr. has a lot of money. Why not go and meet Prime Minister Cao? Today, this is where the Tao values its origins. I'm just a common man. If you go, you will definitely be left out again. It's better to be a firefighting soldier and be more comfortable. Cao Cao raised his eyebrows and asked, Sir, you might as well tell me. In your opinion, what should be the situation in the world? Maybe as a firefighter, I didn't make my debut after holding back a lot of bitterness. Or maybe it's the top of the 9 classics. I opened up the conversation. Then I will analyze the world situation with you. There are 3 people I am most optimistic about right now. The first one is our Prime Minister Cao. After he eliminated Yuan Shao, he suddenly became the most powerful prince in the world. Come and bring the emperor to order the princes. There are many civilians and generals under his command. The soldiers are strong and the horses are strong. Prime Minister Cao himself also has the appearance of a hero. It's a pity that although he is a talented person, but he is suspicious by nature. Born into a family of officials. Although he controls the sky, but he was called a Han thief. The name is not justified. Moreover, Chao Jun's current situation is not optimistic. To the west are Xiliang, Ma Tang, and Hanzhong. Zhang Lunan was surrounded by Lu Biao and Lu Bei. There is Jiangdong to the southeast, and Sun Quan is eyeing it. Although he defeated Yuan Shao, but it is still in a situation of being attacked on 3 sides. There is no room for relaxation. After talking about the pros and cons of Chao Jun, I went on to say that the second one was Sun Quan of Jiangdong. He occupies the annexed land of Jiangdong, rich in resources, created the world's top navy. Although there are many noble families, but there are also talented people. It is a major force that can compete with Chao's army. It's a pity that Sun Quan is good at playing power. The noble families in Jiangdong tend to be peaceful and easy to live in. Most of his civil servants are greedy for life and afraid of death. That boy Sun Quan looks down on me. I still don't like him. Far inferior to his father and brother. It is difficult for a small family to become angry. Hear me scold Sun Quan and Jiangdong like this. Cao Cao felt that my tone was too loud, but the third person asked patiently. I smiled mysteriously. Lu Bei Lu Xuanda. Don't look at Lu Bei always losing battles. But where does he never give up? They can all leave a reputation for benevolence. 1 call and 100 responses. The people are willing to follow him. Such people are the most terrifying. I couldn't help but be surprised. If you think about it carefully, Lu Bei has experienced countless setbacks over the years, but it always remains standing. What a pity. I shook my head. Lu Bei's vision is not very good either. Also judge people by their appearance. So chilling. I went to join him at first. He was left out in the cold. Later Pang Tong went to him. It was also because he was not good looking that he was looked down upon. I'm really not convinced. If nothing unexpected happens, these 3 people will make the world divided. I said firmly. After all, this is clearly written in the history books. Can't be wrong. Cao Cao was secretly shocked. Generally speaking about world affairs, you can also speak eloquently. I dare to say that Liu Bei will rise up in the world and conquer 3 points. There are really not many people. Either this person has real skills, or just a lunatic. Then, I said something casually. These words directly made Cao Cao's heart lift into his throat. What a pity. This time Prime Minister Cao sent General Cao Ren to send troops. Attack Liu Bei overnight. There will definitely be a big defeat. Cao Cao listened. His face turned white and red. He rolled his eyes, burst into laughter. Huh, sir, this is too exaggerated. Liu Bei's men and horses amounted to only a few thousand. General, there are not many who are great. Can stop Cao Jun. The current leader is the Cao people. The generals under Cao Qingxiang were brave and resourceful. He also brought an army of 50,000 people with him. 50,000 pairs. Thousands of advantages at hand. How could it be possible to fail like Xiahou Dun? Cao Cao retorted confidently. He simply did not believe that the Cao people would be defeated. I took my time and made a drink. Eat and drink enough. Was planning to go back to sleep. Look at Cao Cao's confident look. I couldn't help but chuckle twice. Then hold up 3 fingers. There are 3 reasons why Cao Jun must be defeated. The first is timing. It's late autumn now. The climate is dry and rainless. The temperature difference between day and night is large. Zombies are inevitably upset and angry. It's easy to make mistakes when you're upset. The second is geography. Chao's army marched long distances, but Lu Jun treated the barbarians as slaves. Have plenty of time to prepare. Say it again. Cao Jun had just suffered a defeat. This time I was thinking about revenge. Even when the army is approaching, they feel that they can definitely win. No one even considered losing. If you call an army, you will be defeated. The third is harmony. Liu Bei managed Xinye very well. The people were grateful to him. Treat Cao Jun as a scourge. In this case, the people will definitely be united with Liu Bei. With Liu Bei in mind, the right time, place and people will be used in the field battle. More importantly, there is Zhuge Kongming beside him. This man is extremely resourceful. Much wisdom makes you a monster. He also won Liu Bei's trust and took charge of the entire army. To him, it is not difficult to defeat more with less. Listen to my analysis. Cao Cao was furious. There was an ominous premonition. Previously, Xiahou Dun was defeated at Boangpo. Someone mentioned Zhuge Liang to him. Talk about Liu Bei's new military advisor. 10 times more powerful than Su Shu. He didn't take it seriously at the time. But now it seems Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang join forces. I'm afraid it will become a serious problem for him. But I swear, but I look drunk. Cao Cao was suspicious by nature. How could it be easily believed? Sinful words from a fire-headed soldier we just met. Even if he was a little shaken, still don't quite believe it. If you really get hit by me, and so many of his advisors didn't notice it, doesn't that mean this fire-headed soldier was stronger than all his counselors? Cao Cao stared at me closely. Even in the dark, his eyes were still sharp. After a while, he asked, "Dare to ask, sir? Honor your surname. It's okay not to change the name. Don't change your surname. My name is Yifan Xiaotian." Even if Cao Cao didn't drink, I also think this is too crazy. Ridiculously crazy. Still he nodded. Remembered my name. Sir is drunk. Go and rest first. He'll come visit another day. After speaking, Cao Cao turned around and left the fire room. But just when he was about to leave, I made another surprising statement. It was a complete defeat. Both fire and water. This sounds like a drunk talking nonsense. Su Chu's eyes widened, said angrily, "Lord, I'll kill this guy right now. How dare you say such things that disturb the morale of the army? There are many strange shapes. Don't kill him yet. Well, wait for the news over there. Send someone to keep an eye on him and don't let him escape." A gust of night wind blew by. I wrapped my clothes tightly and felt a little cold. Open your eyes. I found that I was the only one left in the fire room, and I devoured all the food and wine on the table. Net. Hehe, I feel sour and comfortable this time. Eating pie every day, I almost turned myself into a pie. Oops, I was so happy that I forgot to ask the veteran his name. Let's treat him to a meal another day when we can get some food and wine. Cao Cao returned to the tent, feeling restless with my words echoing in his mind. He couldn't wait to see if my prediction was accurate. Cao Ren has already set off for several days. It is estimated that we will be able to arrive in Xinye tomorrow at the latest. No matter what he thinks now, the results cannot be changed. I never believe that Cao Ren will lose. That kid must be blind. But just in case. Middle. If not for my use, then the only option is to kill, to avoid future troubles. Other side. Outside Xinye city. The darkness of Chao's army was silent. The atmosphere was as oppressive as a ghost in the dark night. In front of the army were several flags embroidered with Chao Zi. There was a loud sound in the night wind. The leading general was wearing armor and was tall. His face was grim. There was burning anger in his eyes. The whole person exudes an aura of calmness and self-power. Even the horse under his crotch remained silent. Advance silently. This general. It was Chao Zi. a Chow man who was known as the Heavenly General. He led his army to monitor the city day and night and rushed to Xinya. He also specially ordered to march at night. Plan to raid the new field and seize the opportunity. Report to the general. Xinya city is already empty. Empty. Did that guy Liu Bei give up and lose his heart? General, that cunning Liu De must have escaped in advance. What a coward. And that boy Kong Ming. In my opinion, he is just a person who has gained a reputation in vain. He didn't even have the courage to confront him head-on. I think it's just a matter of picking your favorites. He must have been blinded by the general's reputation. The soles of my feet ran away again. Pass the order. After entering the city, you are not allowed to harass the people. To order this warlord to deal with it. Go. Chow Ren waved his hand and led the army into the city. The messenger quickly spread the order throughout the army. The army then poured into the city. Set up camp in the streets and alleys. Originally, the entire army was holding back the urge to take revenge. It turned out to be in vain. Morale was suddenly depleted. Everyone is exhausted. But Chow Ren soon realized something was wrong. Not only did the people in the city stay and run away, even the common people followed. Only an empty city remains. Many soldiers were too lazy to set up camp. Go directly to a private house to rest. Pass the order. Everyone is on alert. The general is not good. Xiao Li activates. Help. It's over. It's up to Zhu Kongming's editing. He hurriedly rushed to kill Chao Jun. Chao Jun was in chaos. Even if it is an order, it cannot be conveyed. There aren't any seams on the back. Therefore, it collapses at the first touch. The number of people killed is unknown. The Chao people in the distance saw this scene. Suddenly, his teeth were cracking. Han Hen called out that name. Zhao Yun. That white-robed general. It is Zhao Yun and Zhao Zilong who are victorious in Liu Bai's army. It was broken in half. They also have an army of more than 20,000 people. With Liu Bai's thousands of soldiers and horses. Chow Ren was certain that Liu Bei would not dare to pursue him. There is no coercion. Not long after, they came to the Baishui River. The sleepy, tired, and thirsty sergeant. I saw that the river was not deep. They all ran over to drink water. See the appearance of his soldiers. Chow people couldn't help but sigh. At this moment, I suddenly heard the sound of rushing water. And this red-faced man. It is Liu Bai's strange place. Guan Yu and Guan Yunchang are all in the sky. He stood on the upper level. He looked coldly at Chao Jun below. He was overwhelmed by the flood and fled in embarrassment. He was still cleaning his beard in his hands. The soldiers in Chao's army who escaped with their lives. Already scared out of my wits. They just followed Chao people. He looked suspicious. It really casts a shadow on Zhuge Liang's plan. Escaped far away again. Back. Chow ordered his troops lightly. It turned out that there were less than 3,000 soldiers and horses left under his command. All the weight of the food and grass was lost. Liu Bei is an old thief. You and I have no regard for heaven. Here we are. We can then go down the river. Escaped. Your third grandfather is here. Open. Team. Liu Bai's army had been defeated many times before, and had almost never fought a single battle. A decent victory was not saved until Zhuge Liang appeared. Saved Liu Beijin's current situation. Therefore, whether it is Zhao Yun or Guan Yu, Zhang Fei was extremely happy, as if he had been carrying years of unhappiness in his chest. All vented. On the high slope outside Xinya city. One is wearing armor. The ears hang down from the shoulders. A middle-aged man with a face like Guan Yu. He was listening to the report from the Red Queen. A light suddenly flashed in his eyes. This person is Liu Bei and Lu Xuanda. At Liu Bai's side, another one was wearing a white robe, holding a feather fan, a book wearing a scarf. He is 8 feet tall and has a very slim appearance. There is always a slight smile on the corner of the mouth. It seems that the power of the world is within our grasp. It can be dressed up from this. Only Zhuge Liang, the Prime Minister through the ages. Kong Ming, did you hear that? We won, and it was a great victory. Mr. Takaru is like a fish in water. The Lord has the right time, place, and people for this battle. Deserve this life. Kong Ming is here. The heart is simply like an iron wall. We only have a few thousand troops. Wait for Cao Cao's hundreds of thousands of troops to arrive. Nothing can be done, so we can only retreat. That military advisor. Where should we retreat to? Jiangxia. That's all. However, I cannot bear to throw away the people of the new master. The Lord is benevolent. If you don't want to abandon the people, then let them follow. It's just that the speed is much slower. So be it. Critical time. You can also use the people to hold back Chao Jun. The quantity has to be like this. One day, everything was as usual in Chao's army camp. I also got up and started working with the other gang leaders. What happened last night has been forgotten by him. The Lord is in the midst of a great battle. Chao looked quite haggard. I almost didn't sleep last night. Even breakfast was not touched at all. I sent someone to take it away. Next to him stood the fierce General Su Chu. On both sides below. On one side are Su Huang, Chao Hong and other generals. In addition, on one side are counselors such as Jia Shucheng and Yu Xuanyo. None of them knew why Chao became like this overnight. Without waiting for them to ask a Red Queen, he hurriedly broke into the big tent. General Chao Ren was defeated by Xinye, Lord Princess. He suddenly remembered the prediction made by the fire-headed soldier last night. Chao Ren was really defeated by Xin. Beside him, Jia Su sat at the head of the civil servant's chair. He has a thin body and long and narrow eyes. His eyes were as sharp as vipers. Wearing a black robe, a chilling aura radiates around the body. He glanced at Chao, secretly wondering, could it be that the Lord knew that General Chao Ren would be defeated? Several other counselors also looked at each other. They all saw doubts in each other's eyes. If you know you will lose. Why was General Chao Ren sent out? The counselors were puzzled. I didn't know how shocked Chao was at this time. Comes from a little fire-headed soldier. It was actually guessed. Yi Fan seems to be really rich. Please punish me, Prime Minister. That's all. I don't blame you for your strength in this battle. It's all Zhuge Liang's fault. Too treacherous. Get up. Please give me another 30,000 troops. I am willing to send troops to new territories again. This time. Able to keep troops in peace. What's the use of sending troops to new areas? The village man Kong Ming was treacherous. You know me as a military person. He must have run away. Chao Ren never thought about this. All I can think about is revenge. After being named, Shan stood there and didn't dare to speak. And I don't just want Shino. Chao continued. The one I want to destroy is Liu Bei. Xingyu looked at Chao Ren at this time. He asked, General Chao Ren, can you tell us about your experiences in Xinye? This way we can also analyze Liu Beijin's strength. Although this is picking up my own scars. But Chao Ren didn't hesitate. He directly told how they fell into the trap in Xinye. First there was a fire in the city. Then came the flood again. He was even killed at the ferry later. Everything seemed to have been set long ago. When Chao heard the process, he was shocked again. When he said goodbye to me, I just said one thing. Conversational language. Both fire and water. A huge defeat. This is not in line with the strategy of the Chao people. It is this fire and flood. Almost all 50,000 Chao's troops were lost. After hearing the story of Chao Ren's defeat, the faces of all the advisors and generals were solemn. Liu Beijun before this. In their eyes, they are just stronger ants. If only they, Chao Jun, would pay more attention. Liu Bei would never be allowed to live until now. I have long heard that Zhuge Liang knows a lot about demons. Not a mortal. Now it seems that the rumors are true. He is just a villager who has just left his village. I don't believe it. He is truly no mortal. Just Zhuge Liang. Let you all feel as if you are facing a formidable enemy. Are there so many of us? He is no better than a villager. Louis quickly came out to smooth things over. I don't mean to look down on you. Just to let you know that Zhuge Liang is not easy to deal with. Cheng Yu and Yang Su both snorted at the same time. The difference is, the former are dissatisfied that they value Zhuge Liang so much. The latter was dissatisfied with Zhuge Liang's intelligence. Immediately, Chao turned to look at Jia, who had been silent. So he asked, what do you think? Josh looked like a sick person. Gives a gloomy feeling. He said with a dark smile. I was thinking that General Chao should not have left Xinyiecheng last night. The people of Chao could not leave the city with their eyes wide open. Do you want to burn him alive? Jax continued calmly. Since Liu Beijun set up an ambush in the city, there must be a way out. If General Chao Ren fights to the death, then defend the city. Even Zhuge Liang's clever plan was of no avail. How many people should be burned to death? Chao Ren looked angry. If the situation at that time was not to retreat, perhaps more soldiers would be burned to death. Jia Su sneered. There were thousands of people in the Wei army. Zhao Yun led no more than 1,000 people in the city. If General Chao fights desperately, it will definitely turn the tide of the battle. That can only be a remnant of life. The remaining life is also a life. As long as it is alive, doesn't matter how many people die. Jia Su said lightly. It immediately made everyone's hearts tremble. Ignore how tragic the process is. Just pursue results. It really is a poisonous thing. Chao spoke at this time and said that things had happened. Nothing can be changed. The key is what to do next. I agree, please tell me. Lord, in the next Liu Bei, he will inevitably flee to Jiangxia. Why is this? After all, Fancheng is closer to the heart. It is a good retreat for Liu Beijun. Even Liu Bai's army entered Fancheng. It cannot stop our army. On the contrary, the accident is not self-defeating. With Zhuge Liang's wisdom, he would definitely not do such a thing. Glass is weak. Jiangxia is the only place to go. Qing Yu looked at Cao Cao again. Continue. The Lord Jiangxia is an important town in Jingzhou. Most of Jingzhou's money and grain are hoarded in Jiangxia. If Liu Beijun really entered Jiangxia, something is bound to happen. Cao Cao frowned. I also knew the seriousness of the matter. He knows Liu Bei now. What is missing is an opportunity to grow and develop. And the opportunity lies in Jiangxia. So he swept the tent and everyone asked, "You may have some good ideas. Speak faster." Prime Minister, what else is there to say? Just kill it. What Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang all fight together. If you give me more soldiers, I will definitely kill Liu Bei and defeat Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang. Cao Cao glanced at these two people with deep helplessness in his eyes. They didn't agree, they just turned to look at the counselor on the other side. They are surrounded by Su Xuanyo Qingyu, Sister Liu and other advisors, who are all making plans at this moment. They would never allow themselves to lose to a newcomer. Zhuge Pifu had better keep his eyes open and speak first. The Lord can now predict that Liu Bai's army will definitely retreat to Jiangxia, and Jiangxia. The one who garrisoned Jiangxia in Xia Nai was Liu Biao's eldest son. Liu Qisu had a good relationship with Liu Bei. If Liu Bai's army enters Jiangxia with Zhuge Liang's talents, it will definitely make Jiangxia impregnable. Liu Beijun had money and food. There will be more soldiers. That is to intercept and kill Liu Bei immediately. Prevent him from retreating into Jiangxia. In this way, Liu Bei can be destroyed. Jingzhou can also be collected. Report to urban and rural areas. Liu Beijun escaped from his heart overnight. Now the eyes of the mind. It's really just a ghost town. Only. But what? But Liu Beijun also escaped with Zinni's 100,000 people. With the words of the people, everyone in the big tent was stunned. Because since we are escaping for our lives, we naturally have to pursue speed. There is no benefit in taking 100,000 people with you. It will only slow down the speed, but there is no other benefit. That is the name of perfecting Liu Bai's human virtue. Jash sitting on the counselor's guard. As if seeing through everyone's thoughts, Yu spoke. Okay, since he wants a good reputation, let Gu Lai bear that bad reputation. Yes, reputation is not that important to Cao Cao, but it cannot really be. It stinks forever. So, he added, after catching up with the people. Don't attack the people. Didn't give in. Temple talent. Your two brothers go to hunt down Liu Bei. This time Liu Bei must be eliminated in one fell swoop. Xiahou Dun and a general next to him stood up quickly and took their orders. Another general is Xiahou Yuan Xiahou Miaocai, who is known as the general of the army. He was also Xiahou Dun's cousin. He was good at running fast and was known as 1003 days. 506 days. It was precisely because of this talent that Cao Cao chose him and Xiahou Dun to hunt down Liu Bei together. The two of them took the order and left. Not long after they went to the school grounds to order troops, they led tens of thousands of soldiers. The elite soldiers flew away like a strong wind. It's 20 miles outside Xinya city. Wuyang Weiyang's troops are hurrying on their way, but tens of thousands of people among them did not have horses, can only walk. Moreover, there are many old, weak, women and children among them. A normal march can be 40 miles a day. A rapid march of hundreds of miles in a day. They only covered 20 miles in one night. It's really too slow. Liu Bei stood in front of the people. His face was full of anxiety. But I also understand in my heart the people have reached their limit. So he could only order a rest. Zhuge Liang came to Liu Bei at this time. He looked at the embarrassed people and sighed. If this continues, our speed will be too slow. Wait until Cao Cao reacts. Troops must be sent to pursue him. We need to evacuate as soon as possible. So we can only abandon these people. Lord, there is no need to worry too much. After Cao Cao caught up with the people, it will definitely not do anything to the people. So even if you leave them behind, there will be no fear of life. Today, the princes are attacking. What is being robbed is the land, cities, and people. I have no place to stand. Only those among the people will be known. Never give up. Besides, as long as you have the people, no matter where you go, they can quickly gather together and form a group of capable soldiers. The people are willing to follow. How could I bear to abandon them? Moreover, Cao Cao was cruel by nature. The previous defeat will definitely hate me to the core. Maybe it will be vented on the people. Mutilate them. At that time, Shuzhou was miserable and prosperous. I can still remember it vividly. Therefore, I don't want to abandon these people. We give up our sexual power. Nor willing. Rest assured. As long as you are willing to follow me, then I will never abandon you. If someone has this kind of knowledge, it will definitely accomplish great things. The military advisor may have a good plan. Let the 5th class survive this crisis safely. Plan for today. Only the advanced people went down the river. Please ask Mr. Lu Qi to send troops to respond. Chao Jun and Liu Beijun chased and escaped. And far to the south of the Yangtze River is the land of Jiangdong. Tips have also been received. Know what happened in Xinye. As a result, Jiangdong and important ministers were summoned. Discuss the next development of Jiangdong. One is in the hall. The civil servants and generals of Jiangdong divided the two sides. The top one is tall. A man with his eyes closed naturally. He is the current lord of Jiangdong. Sun Quan, the most guarded man on the left below. Handsome appearance, red lips and white teeth. He has the air of a noble prince. There is always a little smile on his mouth. A sense of confidence that is within reach. Wearing white soft armor. Even more heroic. The guarding man on the right. Good appearance. Elegant temperament. There is a small beard under the river. The body is calm and restrained. Wearing a blue robe. There is a fortune on the head. These two people are Jiangdong's important ministers. On the left are Jiangdong Meilang, Zhou Yu, and Zhou Gongjin. He is also the current Grand Governor of Jiangdong, in charge of all affairs. Even if Sun Quan succeeds to the throne, he also has great trust in Zhou Yu. The man on the right is Lu Su. Lu Zijing was also Sun Quan's trusted confidant. It's just that Lu Su is too mature and calm, not willing to take any risks. This made Sun Quan very unhappy sometimes. There are many generals under Zhou Yu. Qingpu, Huangai, Ganning, etc. Under Lu Su, there were also many civil servants and counselors. Zhang Zhao, Zhang Hong, Zhuge Jin and so on. It is said that Jiangdong is a land of outstanding people. The number of civil servants and military generals is also quite large. What do you think of the situation in Jingzhou? Sun Quan spoke slowly. 4 other areas. Jiangdong can ignore it. But Jingzhou is the gateway to Jiangdong. There is no more Jingzhou. They only have the natural barrier of the Yangtze River left. Therefore we have to pay attention to it. Anyone knows. Cao Cao's goal is not just the land of Jingzhou. Even Jiangdong is across the river. Cao Cao is also very jealous. Zhou Yu was the first to go out and do the hand gesture. Lord, today, Chao Jun and Liu Beijun have competing desires. I think this is a good time for me to send troops to Jiangdong. While they have no time to take care of me and others, we can go straight to Jingzhou. The fisherman gained. Sun Quan nodded slowly. But he didn't make a sound. Lu Su on the other side also came out. But he retorted. My lord and minister thought it was inappropriate. It would be extremely difficult for Liu Bai's army to contain Chao's army alone. Although it achieved temporary prosperity, it was also difficult to withstand Chao Jun's next attack. And if I, Jiangdong, enter Jingzhou, it will definitely make Cao Cao a thorn in his side. Although I, Jiangdong, am unparalleled in water battles. But it was difficult to resist Chao Jun's cavalry on land. Once Chao Jun destroyed Liu Bei, there will definitely be an attack on us. Therefore, it is quite unlikely to enter Jingzhou at this time. At this time, veteran Zhang Zhao also stood up and said, my lord and old ministers also thought that they could not enter Jingzhou. There is a natural danger on the Yangtze River in the east of my river. Use Tianqian to stop Chao's army. It's a breeze. If you run to Jingzhou to compete with Chao's army, it's just a matter of using a short aircraft to make a difference. Zhou Yu snorted coldly. Chuckled. Do you think that after Chao Jun captured Jingzhou, will you feel at ease? Jingzhou is the gateway to Jiangdong. Once captured by Chao Jun, then Chao Jun can send his army southward at any time. Rather than waiting passively, it's better to take the initiative. The words fell. Someone immediately stood up and echoed. What the governor said makes sense. Even on land, I, Kotaro, am not bound by anyone. The speaker was a man in his 30s, with a feather on his head and a spirit on his waist, wearing fine clothes. It seems a bit exaggerated. It is Jin Fan thief Gan Ningan Xinba. Lu Su shook his head. This is not the best approach. He knew that Cao Cao was eyeing the land east of the Yangtze River. We should place the decisive battle on the Yangtze River. Only in this way can I give full play to my Jiangdong strengths. And Liu Beijun can also be coaxed and used. Join forces with them to fight against Cao Cao. What Lu Zijing said makes sense. The counselor named Mercenary also nodded and said, relying on the natural dangers of the Yangtze River, even if it is Chao Jun, there is no need to be afraid. Of course, if we can avoid conflict with Chao Jun, keep me safe in Jiangdong. That is naturally the best. If hired, many civil servants would nod silently. These people were born and raised in Jiangdong. Most of them came from the Jiangdong family. So their philosophy is that if there is no fight, there will be no fight, and it will be peaceful. Zhang Zhao spoke again at this time and said, Lao Chen thought he could do both, and planned to. He went to test Cao Cao's mind with one hand. If it's not for me, Jiangdong. If that's what you mean, don't bother with it. In addition, the other hand told Lu Zijing to join Liu Bei. The old fox is really cowardly, yes. Sun Quan disliked Zhang Zhao very much because Zhang Zhao belonged to the Jiangdong gentry representative. The gentry neighbor Jiangdong is even better. Therefore, Sun Quan wants balance the major noble clans, otherwise they would think that they have the final say in Jiangdong. Test Chao Jun's mind. Does Chao Jun's mind still need to be tested? They all almost had their intentions written on their faces. Chao Jun is the master of tigers and wolves. The ambition is huge. It is absolutely impossible to only take the land of Jingzhou. But I think there is no need to join forces with Liu Bei. With me, I will make the mighty navy of the east. When Chao Jun came, he did not refuse. Hey, I'm willing to do that. They will surely kill Chao's army on the water and leave no trace behind. Since everyone thinks it is necessary to contend with Cao Cao, it's better to win over allies. To increase my Jiangdong's strength at the right moment. Even Liu Bei could only contain Chao Jun. It can also give our army a chance. In addition, Liu Bei's presence can also share Chao Jun's attack. Why not? Zhou Ye's eyes lit up. Wait until the overall situation is decided. Liu Bei simply cannot compete with me, Jiangdong. By then it will be easy to take the land of Jingzhou. However, it is too early to tell about these guards. If Liu Bei was directly destroyed by Cao Cao, that is empty talk. Therefore, I feel that I need to rely on him, so I will give him water from the east. For a while, I heard different opinions among the people. But now there is a unified point of view. That means there will be a battle with Chao Jun sooner or later. And they will definitely fight this battle on the Yangtze River. After all, the Jiangdong navy is unparalleled in the world. No one can beat them on the water. As for Liu Bei, he must survive first. Sun Quan looked around. See their enthusiasm for arguing. The corner of his mouth smiled secretly. What he wants to see is the current situation. Military commanders and civil servants check and balance each other. The noble families also restricted each other. In this way, the Lord of Jiangdong will have more weight. Okay, most of them are right. Nowadays, all these things are in fashion. Wait until Liu Bei survives Chao's attack. Only then are you qualified to join forces with me, Jiangdong. At that time, they will join forces to fight against Chao. After repelling Chao's army, go to the land of Jingxiang. The Soviet Union and Liu Bei were involved. Just leave it to you to do it. The matter was thus decided. That night in Chao's military camp, Cao Cao was restless during the battle. Now, Liu Bei has shown his potential. It's enough to be taken seriously. Therefore, he was worried about the two brothers Xiahou. If you can't catch up with Liu Bei, isn't it like letting the tiger return to the mountain? At that time, we will not be able to collect all the places of Jingxiang. Instead, he sat back and watched Liu Bei grow stronger. It is really a big hindrance to our army. You must plan ahead. He walked out of the tent. He looked up at the bright moon in the sky. Suddenly thought of me. Maybe he has a way. So Cao Cao changed into casual clothes. 1. Carrying a puddle of wine. Holding a plate of rabbit meat in one hand. He took Su Chu alone and walked towards the fire room. I don't know if he is here today. After arriving outside the fire room, Cao Cao asked Su Chu to wait aside. And he entered the fire room alone. The figure in the fire room made his heart happy. Sure enough, it's here. I ate and drank in the fire room again. As a firefighter, it's easy to get some food. It's just that wine is a bit difficult to get. After all, wine only attacks generals. Don't take too much with you every time you go on an expedition. After all, food and grass still need to be transported. And the generals are all massive. There really isn't much left. When I feel bored eating the pie, Cao Cao came. It's also night. The appearance is also unclear. But I recognized Cao Cao at a glance. He was the man from last night. Cao Cao also had no intention of revealing his true identity. After all, this relationship now allows me to tell everything more clearly. You are here. Was this brought to me? Hello. This is a full pool. Where did you get it? The general rewarded me. I secretly brought it to you to drink. That's a good feeling. It's not just good wine. And rabbit meat with wine. It's simply better than a god. Right. What you said yesterday was actually serious. This morning, General Chao Ren was defeated and returned. And I won your sentence perfectly. Is it possible that you are not a prophet? This is not a matter of not being prophetic. It is an advanced prediction of the battle situation. Marching and fighting can also be predicted in advance. Cao Cao was very surprised. I looked proud. That's natural. In the process of fighting, anything can lead to completely different results. Xinya is just a small town. There are only those things around that can be used, so it is naturally not difficult to predict. And even if it's wind direction, rain, snow and other natural factors, it may also result in different outcomes of victory and defeat. If you fully understand the situation of both sides of the enemy, plus the surrounding environment and other factors, the result will be as simple as writing on a bamboo slip. Although the result of burning Xinya was what he saw from the history books. But if you blow it casually, you will be beheaded. But Cao Cao was amazed. I was shocked. But it seems like you want to predict the outcome. There are too many factors that need to be calculated and they are too complex. Nowadays, he has no such capable people at all. Sir has this idea. Why not inform Prime Minister Chao in advance? This may be able to avoid the disastrous defeat of our army. You are stupid. I can run up to the Prime Minister with great arrogance. Do you think I, Chao Jun, will be defeated even if I am heartbroken? The Prime Minister has always been suspicious. If I say so, I'm afraid he will kill me directly. Then he thought about my words. I muttered in my heart, am I that paranoid? But think about it carefully. Chao Chao felt that in that situation, he would really cut me straight. He touched his nose and smiled kindly. Fortunately, his identity was not revealed. Otherwise, this kid would be so afraid of me. If you refuse to speak, you will lose more than you gain. Seeing me eating and drinking so much, it was so shameless. Chao Chao's guard became much more relaxed. That's right, sir. For our Prime Minister Chao. What do you think? Here, I had a drink. Gear. Speaking of our Prime Minister Chao, he is not a hero. Chao Chao was heartbroken. There was a chill in his eyes. It's just that I don't know. Continue. Of course he is not Xiao Xiong, but a traitorous bear. After saying this, the cold light in Chao Chao's eyes dissipated. He also picked up the bowl and took a sip of wine, and continued to ask, why do you say that? You are still too stupid. I made a comment casually, for your sake. Over the wine and meat that I brought, I will tell you what is right between us. The conversation must not be heard by Prime Minister Chao, otherwise I will grow 10. The head is not enough to chop off. Chao Chao laughed in his heart. What you fear? Prime Minister Chao is right in front of you now. However, he pointed to the sky. He pointed to the ground again, smiled and said, God knows, and earth knows, you know. I knew I wouldn't be happy just drinking, so I picked up the wine jar directly. He took a big gulp of English. Only in Jinhui can the world have an outstanding reputation. It's a pity that such a person is too serious. Straight. There are countless heroes throughout the ages. In the end, it will inevitably end up with hidden regrets. Such as Xiang Yu and other heroes in ancient times. Jinhui was ambitious and rich in talents and strategies. Those who are not powerful cannot be called heroes. But most of the heroes are princes of one side, paying respect to guests. If the power status continues to increase, character flaws will also be exposed. What does the traitor mean? I smiled. Jianxiong has been the prime minister throughout the ages. The so-called wise minister. The leading hero in troubled times. It has the characteristics of both a hero and Xiao Xiong. A deceitful mind. The means are clever. Never give up until the goal is achieved. He alone controls the government. The evil emperor ordered the princes. It's enough to be considered top-notch. Not to mention his eclectic style. The methods may be ruthless or feminine. It all depends on one thought. And in troubled times, can be called a hero. Being thoughtful and strategic is a must. Strong strength is also a necessary condition. Have your own territory and power. Can make heaven and earth change colors. It was able to combine all the characteristics at that time. Only Prime Minister Chao is unique throughout the ages. Even Chao Chao himself didn't think of it. He actually heard such high praise for himself from me. Although the word Jianxiong doesn't sound like a good title, but I explain it this way. It seems that only these two words can represent it. He also suspected that this was me recognizing my true identity. Thus complimenting yourself in front of yourself. But look up. Now I am drunk. Acts like a drunkard. So he can be sure that this is what I really mean. For a time, Chao Chao was so praised that he felt very happy. Joy blooms in my heart. Chao Chao was praised in person. My heart is filled with joy. This is not something you can do just by flattering someone. But Chao Chao did not forget it. The business of coming here this time. He wanted to ask Mark. Sir, our army failed to attack Xinya this time. What if we raise our troops to attack Xinya again? Yi Fan shook his head with his hands empty. He even rolled his eyes. Or say you are not a general. Liu Bei had already run away. Are you still waiting to be beaten again? Chao Chao was speechless for a while. Of course he knows this. I just asked on purpose. But he didn't want to be disliked. And among his generals, but few could predict that Liu Bei would escape. They all thought that Liu Bei had won the battle, so they would naturally keep up their efforts. If all the generals in our army could think like Yi Fan, that would be great. Chao Chao sighed in his heart. Taking advantage of the situation, he asked again, since they ran away, then our army will just pursue them. Tens of thousands of troops were sent out to pursue thousands of people. We should stay until Qin comes. Why are you just not enlightened? If you want to become a general, you can't just look at what's in front of you. Predictions about the outcome of the war. It doesn't just need to be judged from both the enemy and ourselves. In fact, although Liu Bei left Xinya, but it's not an escape, but retreat. First of all, the soldier's state of mind is different. Besides, if you just run away, too many soldiers is trouble. The young soldier ran very fast. Liu Bei fled with the people of Xinya. It was severely slowed down. Sure enough, when did Liu Bei arrive? He has never forgotten his reputation as a human being. It's no wonder this is the foundation for him to stand in troubled times. In this case, so does our army have a chance to catch up with Liu Bei? Cao Cao asked again. The true nature is rotten wood and cannot be cunning. How did I teach you that? People are only one factor. It needs to be analyzed from many aspects. Liu Bei Jun was united as one. If our army pursues us, we will definitely be trapped and defeated. Combat effectiveness is greatly reduced. What if Liu Bei gives up on the people? The common people are used to hinder our army's pursuit. Moreover, although Liu Bai's subordinates are less sick, but every one of them is like Zhang Xiaoyun. There is no one that is not suitable for one person to be 100 people. Zhuge Liang has many tricks up his sleeve. This Liu Bei will definitely be able to escape. Is there really no way to eradicate Liu Bei? Liu Bei desperately wanted to go to Jiangxia. If he can't get in, then Jiang Xia won't be able to get in. There are many ways to do this. Which one do you want to hear? Why don't you, sir, tell me everything and let me listen. It can be regarded as learning. Yi Fan took another sip of wine, started his own performance. Kai Mao and Zhang Yun can be bribed. Don't underestimate them. In the land of Jingxiang, the power of the Kai family is astonishing. And these two people are from the Kai family. Cao Cao frowned, asked. That being the case, it's even harder to bribe them. Money is of no use to them. Yi Fan retorted. It doesn't need to be so grand. As long as Prime Minister Cao expresses his intention, it will be fine. They originally looked at Liu Bei and Lu Qi with displeasure. The two of them were very defensive. If Liu Bei enters Jiangxia, he will meet Lu Qi. That's their biggest worry. Kai's poisonous woman deliberately planned to kill Lu Qi. Unfortunately, Lu Qi fled to Jiangxia. Cao Cao nodded slowly. It's indeed a good way. Let Kai help us deal with Liu Bei. It can also make them kill each other. It is convenient for our army to collect Beijing incense. What other plans does the gentleman have? Yi Fan said most sullenly. The second strategy is to bribe Lu Qi. Su said that high-ranking officials and generous salaries would cause worries. And just grasp Lu Qi's weakness. He was afraid of Mr. Kai. He promised that as long as he did not accept Liu Bei, just help him deal with Kai. Should he become the Lord of Jingzhou or accept Liu Bei? I think he will definitely choose the latter. Cao Cao became a little worried. In case it doesn't work, wouldn't it be like being laughed at by Liu Bei? Yi Fan's expression suddenly became a little sinister. If that doesn't work, it's the third strategy. That is to spread rumors widely in Jingzhou. It is said that Kai intends to seize the throne. He wanted to kill Liu Biao. Cao Cao reacted immediately. If this rumor spreads wildly, it will definitely scare Kai. Use various means to stabilize your position. Lu Qi naturally became a thorn in the side. And Liu Bei went to Jiangxia. I just went to help Lu Qi. Kai will definitely stop Liu Bei like crazy. He will even deal with Lu Qi. Start a war in Jingzhou. The Kai family has been working hard for so many years. He couldn't do it when he saw Liu Biao. They will not be merciful. Read the notes. It seems that you are no better than Jiash. Cao Cao was secretly frightened. Yi Fan's strategy. It seems to be the same as Jia Su. Wang Yunyun ordered Liu Biyu to flee into chaos in Chang'an. There were countless casualties, but the results were similar. Yi Fan started talking at this time. He continued without waiting for questioning. If it still doesn't work, then send someone to sneak into the people who follow Liu Bei. Spread rumors that Liu Bei entered Jiangxia to capture Jiangxia. Lu Qi was afraid and did not dare to accept Liu Bei. If even this doesn't work, that was when entering Jiangxia, waiting for an opportunity to assassinate Lu Qi. Even without success, he also wanted to sit back and watch Liu Bei meet and kill Lu Qi. As a result, the two have a lifelong rift. Even turn against each other. There is no need for Cao Jun to take action at that time. Lu Qi might be able to be destroyed by Liu Bei. After all, he is now the lord of Jiangxia. After hearing this, Cao Cao was stunned. This one-by-one strategy seems to be free of money. All were brought before him. He needs to do it. It is to choose one of these strategies to implement. If there is such a counselor around, that would be a surname. He carefully considered the strategies that Mark said. Every one of them has room for implementation. But all of them will cut off Liu Bai's retreat. It's downright terrifying. And these strategies seem to have been prepared long ago. It shows that Yi Fan has been thinking about this issue. Having him by your side will help you relieve your worries. Fortunately, Yi Fan is in my hands now. He must not be allowed to be used by anyone else. Cao Cao was shocked by Yi Fan's plan. In my heart of horror, I wanted to ask again, but found that Yi Fan fell asleep holding the wine jar on the side. Yeba saw that he could not ask any more questions. Cao Cao immediately stood up and left. He quickly returned to his tent. He summoned his generals, Fengchen, overnight. Because it was just after childbirth, everyone was woken up from their sleep. I thought something big had happened. Everyone looked a little flustered. Prime Minister, what happened? After you adjusted your clothes. Only then did he enter the big tent. Start asking as soon as you walk in the door. Chow Chow glanced at them. Tell them to calm down first. Call you over. There are just some plans for you to do. Chow Ren scratched his head. Asked with some confusion. Hasn't the Prime Minister already gone after Liu Bei? What else? Chow Chow sighed silently. Compare Chow Ren and Yi Fan. A general in the army suddenly rose in his heart. Not as good as the emotion of the fire-headed soldier. But how many people can be involved like Yi Fan? If by any chance, Liu Bei cannot be pursued, what to do next? Have you ever thought about it? Chow Ren, Su Huang and other generals all frowned. They never thought about what would happen if they couldn't catch up with Liu Bei. Because they are generals. Do not lead the army alone. But when he was following Chow Chow, accustomed to obeying Chow Chow's orders, Chow Chow asked them to pursue Liu Bei. They went after him. Do your best to complete the order. So this question made them all stunned. On the other hand, the councillors all frowned. Obviously, they have also thought about this issue. Some people have even figured out a way. But none of them were spoken. Waiting for Chow Chow's next words. General Humph, you should think carefully. How can I rest assured if you are like this? I leave you to lead the troops alone. Chow Chow seemed to be admonishing. In fact, it is caring and loving. Then, he confirmed his expression. The people sweeping the corpse said, Liu Bei will probably escape. Therefore, we must be fully prepared. Liu Bei's reliance is nothing more than Jiangxia. Therefore, as long as the escape route is cut off, Liu Bei certainly had nowhere to escape. He can only be captured without hesitation. Liu Yan took advantage of the situation and answered. The Prime Minister is wise. Yang Xiu stood there with disdain on his face. I thought to myself. Eve thought of this for a long time. It's just not said out loud. Since the Prime Minister spoke first, then I will tell you my plan. Zhuge Pifu has my plan. There will be no way for you to escape. Think of this. He was about to speak, but he didn't want Chow Chow to continue talking. Kai Mao, Zhang Yun. These two people are determined to train new disciples. Pass the order. Su Yi is a high-ranking official. Let him return to the general with a Taoist song. Those who follow me will prosper. Those who go against me will perish. If you dare not follow, wait for the day when I am established. This is the beginning of their life and death. No, Chen, this is how I set out overnight in my previous life. Take your time and don't wait. I finished. Yang Xiu's expression became a little ugly because of the plan revealed by Chow Chow. Exactly what he wanted to say. Unable to express one's talents. It made him feel very uncomfortable. I am a very proud person. Suddenly, Zhuge Liang, a man of extraordinary intelligence, appeared. It gave him a desire to compare. Even if he has no quarrel with Zhuge Liang, he also wanted to overpower Zhuge Liang. I still have one side. But he still didn't wait for Yang Xiu to speak. Chow Chow then stated the next arrangements. Similarly, Lu Qi also sent people there. Inform Lu Qi. If you can refuse to stay outside the door, I guarantee him to be the Lord of Jingzhou. I dare to take it in. My army will march down the river. The other councillors also nodded. A two-pronged approach. It is guaranteed that Liu Bei will not be able to escape. The Prime Minister is so wise. Qin Yu couldn't help but admire. But I never expected it. Chow Chow said this. It hasn't stopped yet. And send people out. Spread the news in Jingzhou. Just say that the vegetable market seizes power. Remember to send more people. This news, I want him within a few days. Spread throughout Jingzhou. The councillors present were all wise men. Chow Chow said, after coming out. Immediately I figured out how to do it. They couldn't help but admire them. Wait until Jingzhou is in chaos. Not only can they take advantage of the opportunity to extinguish the flow, even going to Jingzhou is easy. Yang Xiu's face turned a little pale. He actually felt as if his IQ was being crushed. I felt annoyed in my heart. Why didn't I think of this? In the eyes of Jia Su, who was guarding below Chow Chow. But it was a bright light. He quietly looked at Chow Chow. Why is this strategy similar to his style? We also need to arrange a few dead soldiers mixed into the people who followed Liu Bei. Spread rumors that Liu Bei wants to go to Jiangxia to seize power. This matter must be arranged quickly. Give them orders at the same time. If he enters Jiangxia, he will assassinate Lu Qi. Even if it fails, it will be killed in one bite. It was Liu Bei's instigation. Finished in one breath. Everyone said in a deep voice as Chow Chow swept away the corpse. But we all understand. It was strangely quiet during the battle. Not just a councillor. Even Su Huang, Chow Ren and other generals were stunned. This series of arrangements was enough to drive Liu Bei to death. Jia Zuxianyu and others all looked up at Chow Chow. Some couldn't believe it. This turned out to be Chow Chow in such a short period of time. A strategy that came up. One link after another. It's very spicy and has both mild and spicy flavors. Make them feel deeply ashamed. Yang Xiu is the most proud. After listening to all the arrangements of Chow Chow, my body almost went limp. In comparison, two strategies I came up with. It seems like nothing. This is really what the Prime Minister Minister came up with. Now it seems that the Prime Minister's ambition. I have 10 times more left. Qingyu was the first to speak. He bowed his hands and complimented sincerely. The Prime Minister is wise. We are deeply impressed. The Prime Minister is wise. Others also shouted. This moment Cao Cao was greatly satisfied. Even these tactics. It's not like he came up with it. But I saw the admiration on the councillors' faces. He is still very useful. These councillors have always been proud. See them with such expressions. Even Cao Cao was doing this for the first time. Soon, everyone left. They started picking the right person overnight. Hurry up. Go and fulfill Cao Cao's orders. The generals and councillors in Chao's camp had a sleepless night. A few days later, in Jiangxia City. In the meeting hall of the city lord's palace. Lu Qi received a secret letter from Liu Bei asking for help. He immediately summoned all his soldiers. Uncle Lu Huang was very kind to me in the past. Now, suffering. I certainly can't sit back and do nothing. So send all the warships. Go to fetch Uncle Lu Huang. Escort them to Jiangxia City. But a general under Lu Qi stood up. A look of worry on his face. The young master must not defeat Liu Bei. Access the city. Liu Bei to the young master. It is clearly a scourge. Mr. Zhu. Stop talking nonsense. Sir, I said so. These are all words from the bottom of my heart. Liu Bei is good at winning people's hearts. Jiangxia was used. That Jiangxia City. Didn't it become his? And under Liu Bei's command. There are elite soldiers in front of the tree. The official seal has courage that is unworthy of all men. Now he has also taken in Zhuge Liang's gangster. Just be afraid of entering the cold Jiangxia. Don't turn your back on the guests. Lu Qi hesitated for a moment. Yes, can Jiangxia City still have 2 masters? But soon, he asserted. Okay, don't mention this again. Uncle Lu Huang was benevolent and kind. I would never do such an ungrateful thing. Just prepare as I say. Set off immediately. No room for error. Inside Kai Mao's mansion in Xianyang City. Zhang Yun came in a hurry. When we met, we asked, what are you asking me to do if the German regulations are so urgent? Kai Mao grabbed Zhang Yun's hand and walked towards the backyard. He whispered, Cao Cao sent someone. Zhang Yun was shocked. What did you say? I didn't just call you here as soon as the emissary arrived. Let's go see him together. Soon, the two came to the study room in the backyard. There was a middle-aged man standing in the study, although just a secret messenger. But he also held his head high and his chest high. I met General Kai and General Zhang. The emissary saw the two coming. He immediately arched his hands. Kai Mao hurriedly stepped forward and asked, Prime Minister, how do you feel about coming? The emissary smiled. He took out the bamboo slips from his arms and said, I'm here to deliver a secret message for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has something else for me to bring to Zhang Yun. He stepped forward to take the secret message and check it out. It was discovered that this was a letter of persuasion to surrender. Let us surrender. He frowned, his expression somewhat displeased. You know, Lu and Biao are now equally important. The military power in Jingzhou fell into the hands of Zhang Yun and Kai Mao. They are like local emperors in Jingzhou. Why surrender to Cao Cao? But the secret envoy did not refuse at all. He arched his hands upward, said in a soft voice, the Prime Minister asked me to tell you, surrender is the only way out. Now Prime Minister Cao leads an army of 500,000 people southward. The military style refers to it. Don't surrender. There are those who are blind and try to resist the Prime Minister. The only end is death. How many people could compete with the Prime Minister at that time? General Kai and General Zhang. How do you two compare to Yuan Shao? Cao Cao killed Yuan Shao. Only then did he become the first prince in the world. It's the Prime Minister of the Han Dynasty again. The evil emperor ordered the princes. The momentum reached its peak. Kai Mao and Zhang Yu are just nouveau riche. Naturally not as good as Yuan Shao from the 43rd palace. Even those as strong as Yuan Shao were destroyed. How could the two of them stop Cao Jun? Moreover, today's Jingzhou. They are not the only ones who have the final say. There are still many hidden dangers. Now, the Prime Minister has asked me to surrender you too. It sounds like it's for the sake of the two generals. Otherwise, we really have to go against the Prime Minister. Soon hundreds of thousands of troops rebelled against the Prime Minister. What will you do to stop our cavalry then? In the end, there was only Chimpa Shenxi. The emissary suddenly raised his voice. Zhang Yun and Kai Mao's bodies suddenly trembled. There was a little more fear in his eyes. Not as tyrannical as before. See when the time comes. The emissary smiled. However, if the two generals are willing to surrender, Prime Minister Cao promises you to retain your current status, even promoted to an official position. It will also help you remove obstacles. Best of both worlds. Kai Mao asked quickly. The Prime Minister really said that? Secret History looked proud. I am here on behalf of the Prime Minister. What he said is naturally true. That being the case, then please ask the Secret History to allow us to discuss it. Kai Mao cupped his hand. The attitude is much more humble. Let people bring the Secret History into the living room. After waiting, the two of them discussed discussed it in the study. Does the German regulations really require Cao Cao to be demoted? Zhang Yun asked. Kai Mao nodded solemnly. Good. Cao Cao is too powerful to resist. And he promises, after we surrender, let us still manage Jingzhou. In this way, we have nothing to lose. After thinking for a moment, Zhang Yun nodded. I think it's feasible. At that time, Jingzhou will still be you. I have the final say. One of these two people is the brother-in-law of Lu Biao, a herdsman in Jingzhou. One is Lu Biao's nephew. But both of them were thinking about the power in Lu Biao's hands. It's Lu Biao's fault too. It's just that Cao Cao ordered us to deal with Lu Qi. At the same time, we are asked to help hunt down Liu Bei. Kai Mao sighed. They want Jingzhou, but he didn't want to contribute. So after seeing these conditions, he also frowned. Zhang Yun sneered. My uncle's health is getting worse day by day. Dealing with Lu Qi is a matter of time, and now that Cao Cao is helping, it is even more important. Get twice the result with half the effort. Why not? As for Liu Bei's easy things, Liu Bei now seems to be bereaved. The dog was chased all the way. Kai Mao also felt deeply, so he nodded. Said, okay, let's do that. So he took up his pen and wrote the auspicious book. It shows that they are willing to follow Cao Cao's instructions. After handing the auspicious letter to the secret envoy, they also gave gold and silver to the secret messenger. Let him go back and say a few good words to Cao Cao. After sending away the secret envoy, they then mobilized their troops and horses to pursue, intercept and kill Liu Bei. At the same time, he was also prepared to deal with Jiangxia's Lu Qi. The secret messenger works non-stop. After 3 days, he returned to Chao's camp. He handed the auspicious book to Cao Cao. After reading the auspicious book, Cao Cao was overjoyed and stood up suddenly and said, well, now Kai Mao and Zhang Yun have surrendered. The 9 counties of Jingxiang are just around the corner. Xian Yu and others immediately stood up to congratulate their lord. This is also because of the master's clever strategy. Cao Cao felt even more energetic. Previously, he destroyed Yuan Shao and unified the north. Now, if I want to take Jingxiang again, 2/3 of the world belongs to him. Who else can resist Cao Jun's rising danger? The ambition in his chest began to expand and spread. That night, Cao Cao was in a good mood. It seems that he has encountered the scene of Jingzhou guarding. So he took enough meat and went to the firehouse. You know, he was not only patrolling the camp before. He almost never goes to the rear of the army. But now there seems to be some magic in that room, attracting him to go. All this changes. All because of a fire-headed soldier named Yi Fan. By the way, Su Chu, you don't have to come with me today. Regarding Yi Fan's matter. Yes, everyone must keep it secret. Su Chu was stunned for a moment. You know, he has never been even half a step away from Cao Cao. But at this time he could only nod. I understand, my lord. Soon, Cao Cao came to the fire room with brisk steps. Sure enough, I saw Yi Fan here again. Isn't this guy hungry? Why do you eat secretly in the fire room every day? Although I thought so in my heart. But he was very happy to see Mark here. This has almost become a tacit understanding between the two. Sir, I have brought you meat and wine again. I listened to Mr. After I returned, I was truly rewarded. However, I don't dare to enjoy it alone. I won't send it to Sir. As he spoke, he placed the chicken on the table. He took out 2 bowls from where the dishes and chopsticks were placed, filled with wine. Then take the cooked meat out of the box. It's like I've done these things many times. If you don't know Cao Cao, you will see this scene. I thought Cao Cao was a drunken womanizer. After doing these things, Cao Cao then looked at Yi Fan. Only this time, Yi Fan is not as familiar as before. Instead, he squatted on the ground. I took a branch and was sketching. He seemed to be mumbling something. Sometimes I stop and think. Very fascinated, sir. What are you thinking about? Cao Cao came closer and called. Finally, Yi Fan came to his senses. There you are again. Yi Fan sniffed. His eyes suddenly lit up. He quickly ran to the table. He picked up the bowl and took a big sip, breathing out beautifully. Ah, comfortable. Cao Cao saw this. They couldn't help but laugh. It seems that this talented person is easy to support. If Sir likes it, he'll send you a little more. That's a good feeling. There is nothing you can do without but wine. Yi Fan smiled so hard that his eyes narrowed into a straight line. Cao Cao also turned around and sat down. What I said when I first came in. Said it again. Sir, the plan you told me before. I told the generals later. As a result, I was rewarded. Yi Fan patted his head. That was what I said after drinking too much. You are really stupid. In fact, he was worried about the little brother in front of him. What if you run into the prime minister and start talking nonsense? Then he was chopped down by Cao Cao when he was angry. Then he would be missing a drinking buddy. Hearing this, he scolded himself for being stupid again. Cao Cao didn't care either. It's like him used to it. Mr. Yu's plan is very clever. I heard the general say. Even the prime minister's advisors were shocked. And the prime minister also followed the plan. It's a secret book. Yi Fan shook his head. Drinking wine, minding his own business. Cao Cao was suddenly confused. Sir, What is a secret book? And what was Mr. thinking just now? So entranced. You don't even know I'm here. I'm thinking about the strategy I gave you a few days ago. Keep a secret book. Yi Fan pinched it and put a piece of meat into his mouth. Lips are full of oily flowers. Chow Chow was shocked. He was surprised that those schemes were not only continuous. Even his advisors. They also kept praising me. There are still some omissions. Please teach me, sir, he said humbly. Yi Fan casually wiped the oil stains on his hands on his body. He said with a solemn expression, it's actually very simple. I was only thinking about Jingzhou that day. The neighbors in Jingzhou were ignored. Neighbor Chow Chow was stunned. If you ask a stupid neighbor, of course it's Jiangdong. Yi Fan licked his lips. Continue. The 9 counties of Jingxiang are so rich. How could Jiangdong not be tempted? And at this time Jingzhou saw the discussion. As for Chow Chow, he became more and more excited as he talked. His intelligence seems to be only when facing this long-standing friend in front of him. It was very strange for him to be able to display this feeling. The land of Jiangdong has been attached with enough money and food since ancient times to support them in forming a large army. Moreover, Jiangdong was full of talented people, and Zhou Yu and Lu Su were all talented people at that time. The Jiangdong Navy is even more rampant in the world, even if Prime Minister Chow now has many soldiers and generals. As the sun rises in the sky, one must also pay attention to the land of Jiangdong. Otherwise, Jiangdong will suffer a big loss in the future. He had also gone to Jiangdong to apply for a job before, so he knew Jiangdong quite well. It's a pity that most of the people above Jiangdong's court are members of the Sakyamuni clan. Yi Fan was inconsistent and was not taken seriously at all. That's why he left Jiangdong. Entered Chow camp directly. Chow Chow listened. His face gradually darkened. He already knew what Mark was capable of. Therefore, I have no doubts about Yi Fan's words. But he has always paid more attention to Jiangdong. Previously, he was focused on destroying Liu Bei and taking Jingzhou. This is a bit ignored. Now he was awakened by Yi Fan. I just paid attention to it again. And the degree of emphasis is even greater than before. Seeing Chow Chow become silent, Yi Fan suddenly laughed. Now that the Prime Minister has taken action against Liu Bei, maybe people in Jiangdong will also already taking action. You must know that people like Zhou Yu have always been ambitious. Now that Zhuangzi has the opportunity, there will definitely not be many opportunities to intervene. If you miss it. But don't be impatient, the land of Jiangdong is not like our Prime Minister Chow. Having absolute control over his subordinates, what Sun Quan has to consider is not. It's only that simple. Sun Quan took over at a young age. Brother's ambition is to succeed as the master of Jiangdong. He wants to prove that he can surpass father and brother, but they still need to be suppressed. The powerful nobles feel tired just thinking about it. And they must have concerns and dare not provoke Chao Jun with all their strength, at least they have to wait until Liu Bei's matter was settled. Chow Chow frowned. Liu Bei. What does it have to do with Jiangdong? The relationship is huge, gone, Yi Fan sneered in his heart, if it is not destroyed. Liu Bei, that will be son Liu Lianjuan in the future. He said slowly, if Liu Bei is used to contain Chao Jun, the odds of winning are much better. Otherwise, just rely on their Jiangdong land. You can advance to attack and retreat to defend. Take advantage of the right time and place. By that time, our army is in a passive position. Such a good situation now. But we can't let Sun Quan and others come to destroy it. The thought of this, Chow Chow became anxious. These days, only there is no arrangement regarding dealing with Jiangdong, so he couldn't sit still anymore. Sir, I have some important business to leave. You can enjoy these wines and meats alone. Yi Fan frowned. Why are you in such a hurry? You can't live up to the wine and meat. Wait until next time to meet your husband again. After saying that, Chow Chow hurried out of the fire room. Yi Fan was a little confused, but he didn't care. Anyway, there is wine and meat. Don't worry yet. Throughout Chow's army camp, I'm afraid he is the only one who feels so comfortable. Chow Chow sat 3 steps apart and 2 steps apart. He returned to his big tent. He also summoned his officers and advisors overnight. Not long after, Chao Ren, Su Huang, Jia Su Qingyu and others. Then he came to the big tent. They don't understand why Chow Chow summoned them again late at night. But after the last late night summons, they understood that it must be Chow Chow who had other ideas. Jia Su and others murmured in their hearts. Why do the Prime Minister's ideas always come up late at night? But they want no. This is not what Chow Chow had in mind. But he was an ordinary fire-headed soldier in Chow's army. Although your plans for the past few days are in progress. But suddenly I remember. We overlooked one thing. That is the land of Koto. We want to take take Jingzhou. Jiangdong will definitely not be reconciled. They will not just let us take Jingzhou. Otherwise, the land of Jiangdong is only separated by a river from us. No need to say more. Everyone immediately understood Cao Cao's intention of summoning them. They all began to think deeply. After all, it doesn't matter what happened before civil and military affairs. I really ignored Jiangdong. Now that I think about it, I feel very solemn in my heart. They are all obsessed with the authorities. Prime Minister Jiangdong is indeed a serious problem. Even they dare not openly oppose the Prime Minister. But while the Prime Minister destroyed Liu Bei, suddenly, he marched into Jingzhou and captured Jiangxia and other places. It's not impossible, Cruz said. Then, he continued to speak to Cao Cao. At this time, we can only divide our troops and move to Jiangdong so that they dare not act rashly. Qingyu also nodded and said, yes, Jiangdong must understand. If they enter Jingzhou, that is the goal of our Cao army. It would be better to make them fearful. Cao Cao nodded slowly. Exactly. We must let Jiangdong's son Quan understand. Jingzhou is now owned by Cao Jun. Don't let them get involved. I heard that we were going to divide our forces to contain Jiangdong. General Zhu became excited. Now the two brothers Xiahou Dun and Xiahou Yuan went to hunt Liu Bei, and they can only wait for news in the military camp. Already impatient, Cao Ren was the first to stand up. His own injuries were just superficial injuries. It took a few days to recover. My lord, I am willing to lead the troops. This time I am willing to issue a military order. Jiangdong will definitely not be allowed to cross the river. Prime Minister Chen Yi wishes. One was tall. The general with flashing eyebrows also stood up. Chen Qing said, the dead man is the one who killed the cicada in Taduan. Zhang Liao and Zhang Wenyuan became famous in one fell swoop. The feeling of oppression emanating from the whole body. It makes ordinary people afraid to come close. Su Huang, Chao Hong, Eugene and other close generals. They all stood up and asked for a fight. They all want to use military exploits to enhance their own achievements. Naturally unwilling to lag behind others. Even Su Chu, who was guarding Cao Cao. He also came to the hall to ask for a fight. Looking at the group of generals under his command, Cao Cao was naturally happy, being able to make. This time, he waved down his general's invitation to fight. This time, order the entire army to march out, and I will personally lead the army there to destroy Liu Bei first. Marrying Jiang Xia again will shock Jiangdong and the land of Jingzhou, and Cao Cao will naturally have it under his control. The army moved out and rushed in the direction of Jiangxia. And another. On the other side, there is a different scene in Xiangyang City. In a luxurious mansion. Among them, Liu Biao was wearing fine clothes, but his face was dark. He was seriously ill and his eyes had lost their luster. Right now. Even so, Kai Mao, Zhang Yun and others still don't dare to confront them. What to do for Liu Biao of Jingzhou? For a moment, the audience Liu Biao looked at Zhang Yun. Kai Mao looked at Mrs. Kai who was standing next to her and the timid person. The youngest son Liu Bong could not help but sigh. Now Cao Cao's army is marching south, and my health is getting worse day by day. Who can take command if one day comes? Jingxiang, Zhang Yunlian. He stood up hurriedly and said, Uncle, don't say such depressing words, your body is willing to. It will get better. Besides, aren't there still us? Liu Biao sighed. After looking at Liu Cong, he said, you don't need to comfort me. My body knows it. So he is still young. He still has to do it. If you have time, let Liu Qi come to Xiangyang. I want to meet him too. Kai Mao and Zhang Yun's face suddenly darkened. After all, the one they want to support is Liu Cong. Before, they also targeted Liu Qi everywhere. Speak ill of Liu Qi. If Liu Qi inherits Jingzhou wood in the future, then they will be in trouble. Mrs. Kai rolled her eyes. He quickly said softly, okay, you're not in good health. Go back and rest quickly. It's not too late to discuss these things later. Liu Biao loved Mrs. Kai very much. So he smiled and nodded. Wait until Liu Biao rests. Only then did Mrs. Kai return to the audience. The atmosphere seemed a little solemn at this time. What to do now? You know it too. We offended Liu Qi. She must not be allowed to take over as Jingzhou. Mrs. Kai said with a gloomy face. Kai Mao sighed. His eyes gradually became sharper. She is unkind. Just don't blame us for being unjust. Anyway, Liu Biao's health is so bad now. Everything depends on us. We are here. It would be impossible for Liu Qi to receive it. Any news on here? Then she will be charged with unfilial piety. Mrs. Kai also nodded quickly. She was right. Liu Qi knows nothing. How can you argue with us? That's right, sister. Kai Mao suddenly changed the subject. We have surrendered to Cao Cao. As long as we help, she said. Deal with Liu Bei and Lu Qi. It won't do anything to us. It can also allow us to gain promotion to a higher position. Mrs. Kai is also very smart. She smiled grimly. That's fine. This way we can also use Cao Cao to get what we want. Then, she called Lu Tsong over, showed a smiling face, so that you know that I always love you. We all support you to inherit the Jingzhong tomb. Lu Tsong did not dare to resist. Moreover, Mrs. Kai, Kai Mao, etc. are very good to her. She is also willing to listen to Mrs. Kai. It's all up to mother's arrangement. I listened to my mother's intrigues in Xiangyang City. The only honest person is Liu Biao. But Liu Bei was almost at the end of his rope. Originally, Liu Bei only had 5,000 elite troops. There is no way to compete with Cao Jun. But he was unwilling to abandon the people, causing them to be very slow. The pursuit for days has made them exhausted. And not so long ago, they were almost overtaken by the two Xiahou brothers. After some entanglement, he finally got away. But the team was dispersed. After reuniting, it was discovered that Mrs. Gan and Adu were separated. This made Liu Bei anxious. After all, he only has one son, Adu. The Lord is finally willing to lead a small team of Qingqi. Go and search for the whereabouts of the lady and the young master. At the same time, he resisted Chao's army. Zhao Yun in white robe, even a parrot, but he could run away for days. It made him look quite haggard, but his eyes remained sharp and firm. Liu Bei felt moved in his heart. But how could he agree to such a thing? Absolutely not. Women are like clothes. Brothers are like siblings. You and I are brothers. How could I give up my limbs for clothes? Even if you can't find it back, I don't want to lose you either. Zhao Yun was so moved by these words. But the idea in my heart is more determined. The Lord Zhao Yun is favored by his master. He must be repaid with death. If the wife and the young master cannot be found, Zhao Yun was willing to fight to the death with Cao Jun. After speaking, he didn't wait for Liu Bei's consent. Just get on your horse. Led more than a dozen green banners. Go away. Zilong. Liu Bei shouted loudly. He looked very upset. Zhang Fei came to Liu Bei at this time. His voice was still loud. Brother Zilong, the eldest brother. Everything will be fine. Let's run away quickly. Wait for the long board slope ahead. I went to the bridge to resist for a while. I will definitely keep my brother safe and sound. The third brother Liu Bei looked sad. But soon he was surrounded and continued running. Zhuge Liang on the side saw all this. He looked back at the direction of Cao Jun's pursuit, as if traveling through space. I saw Cao Jun, who was like a wolf and a tiger. Today's scale is down. Cao Cao's army has started firing. He also chased in the direction of Liu Bei. The situation today is Cao Cao's army is behind. Xiahou Dun and Xiahou Yuan lead the tigers and leopards and their elite to pursue them in front. At the front is Liu Bei, who is running for his life. This time Cao Cao has made up his mind to get rid of Liu Bei. At the same time, Jiangxia was captured. Then capture Jingzhou. Therefore the march was very fast. I ordered the main force to quickly assemble towards the north bank. Tell General Zheng Bei even black money must be intercepted from them. Have to. The Prime Minister reported urgently. Liu Bei's wife and son were scattered by the army. Now, I don't know where it is hidden. Liu Bei is a big-eared thief. He even left his own army behind. It seems that we have really reached the end of our rope. Ask someone to tell Xiahou Dun. He said that he must find Liu Bei's wife and son. Don't be afraid that Liu Bei won't come back then. It was Qingyu who hurriedly went to deal with Cao Cao, and he felt very good. The smile on the corner of his mouth was a bit cold. Liu Bei, I hope you will be praised as benevolent, righteous, and benevolent. If he doesn't even want his wife and son. If so, I wonder if you can keep your false reputation. If you continue like this, you won't be able to find it at all. Has the old man ever met Mrs. Gan? Saw it. On the west side of the front. Take this child and go south. Thank you. Lady. Madam. Here I come. There may be injuries. My lord asked me to escort you back. He moved his body away. Zhao Yun discovered this. It turns out that Liu Bei's son Adu. He was actually protecting her. He didn't even cry at this moment. It's the young master. Zhao Yun was so excited that he almost cried. The general also invited the young master. Bring it to your husband. Mrs. Gan handed Adu to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun quickly finished. Use Chong Bao to kill Adu. Tie it in front of yourself. After saying this, Mrs. Gan turned around. He looked at a dry well not far away. He actually ran over directly. Jumped into the dry well. Wait until you hear a muffled thump. Zhao Yun finally reacted. She ran to the dry well. Mrs. Gan was seen dead in the well. I immediately felt extremely guilty. Why is madam so stupid? She grieved for a while. He looked down at Ado. His eyes gradually became firm again. Madam, I will definitely not let anything happen to the young master. Zhao Yun got on his horse. The spear in his hand shook. Started to rush towards Dangyang Bridge. Unfortunately the river was completely different when it came. Today, this place has been occupied by Chao Jun. The chaotic situation gradually calmed down. Look around. They are all elite tiger and leopard riders wearing armor. Hubaeki also discovered Zhao Zilong in white armor. They gathered around one after another. Let Zhao Yun fall into siege. Just when Zhao Yun was fighting around in the encirclement, there were suddenly a large number of crossbowmen and archers on the periphery of the elite tiger and leopard cavalry, just waiting for an order. An arrow can turn Zhao Yun into a hedgehog. And Cao Cao's army has also arrived on a high slope not far away. Who is General Bai Pao? Cheng Yu, who was beside Cao Cao, suddenly spoke. The Prime Minister is a general in Liu Bai's army. Zhao Yun Zhao Zilong. Huh. What a great general. I think this man is brave. He was no less than the unparalleled Liu Bu. If this person can be of use to me, of course, our army will be like a tiger and God wills it. Pass the order, don't shoot the arrow. Capture Zhao Yun alive. Cao Cao was very happy to see this. Just like when I first admired Guan Yu. He was so eager to recruit people to his command. Soon, Hubaeki received the order. All the poisonous archers had to be removed. More domineering people gathered around. But Zhao Yun is really brave. He rushed down several times. He actually managed to create a gap in the encirclement. Right now, Zhao Yun suddenly tensed up. The legs are on the belly of a horse. He occupied the horse path with his crotch and leaped high. Suddenly rushed out from the gap. Then he kept going. Juechen left in the direction of Dangyang Bridge. Cao Cao was shocked when he saw this. He quickly ordered, chase him quickly. He looked down at Adu in his arms. Although Qianbao was stained with blood, but Adu was not injured at all. Fortunately, I can tell the master this time. Cao Cao's face was very gloomy, watching Zhao Yun leave, but the tiger and leopard flag behind them couldn't catch up at all. He was feeling annoyed. Let go of such a support. If it can be used for your own use, that would be great. Right now, a detective horse hurriedly came behind Cao Cao. Kneel down and say, report imaging. A secret message came from Jiangdong. The reason why Cao Cao ordered the entire army to march, it was because he was afraid of Jiangdong. So after hearing the news about Jiangdong, Cao Cao quickly turned around and looked. The inquiry came to the report quickly, and Tan Ma did not dare to delay. Said quickly. The secret message said, a few days ago, Zhou Yu had already gathered the Jiangdong Navy, led 100,000 people and set off. You should have arrived at Jiangdong Water Village now. It is only across the river from Jingzhou. For Jiangdong Navy, separated by a river. It's really nothing. They have a large number of warships, and a large number of sailors. One charge can reach Jingzhou. When Cao Cao heard this, his face turned cold. I thought Jiangdong would be a little afraid of him. Let yourself have some more time to deal with Jiangdong. But he didn't expect Jiangdong to move so fast. Sure enough, according to what Yifan said, Jiangdong is my big problem. Several counselors beside him frowned. His face also darkened. The Lord cannot wait any longer. Originally, the goal of our army was to destroy Liu Bei, capture Jiangxia and capture Jingzhou. It is difficult to control Sun Quan, but now none of them have been completed. Those coming from Jiangdong are not good, but we can't do anything to them now. Therefore, Jingzhou needs to be pacified as soon as possible. Cao Cao nodded slowly. Yes. Time waits for no one. What we need most now is time. But time will not wait in vain. Then he looked up. Look at the generals in front of you. Chen Sheng order. Send me orders. Chase Liu Bei with all his strength. Don't let him have any chance to breathe. Quick victory. Just thousands of soldiers. It took so long. What do Xiahou Dun and Xiahou Yuan eat? At this time, Cao Cao was really anxious. The longer it takes, the more beneficial it is to Jiangdong. Even the 9 counties of Jingxiang. It is easy for them to fall into Jiangdong's hands. Even the annoyance of letting Zhao Yun go just now was washed away a lot at this time. After all, compared to a single warrior, he even wanted Liu Bei to disappear. After receiving the order, the generals mounted their horses one after another. He led his troops to pursue and kill him. The army rode out. Looking from a distance, it's all black. Like huge waves that cover the mountains and plains. It seemed to be swallowing up everything. Although the generals began to implement Cao Cao's orders, he seemed very nervous and anxious. But in their hearts, no one thought Liu Bei could escape. After all, they had their entire army in and out. Even Liu Bei has 3 heads and 6 arms. It is impossible to compete with Chao Jun. Maybe Changbanpo is where Liu Bei hides. In the Jiangdong water village across the river from Jingzhou, Zhou Yu and Lu Su gathered together in a big battle. Discussed next steps. Liu Bei was chased in a very embarrassing manner. He truly believed he could escape being born an angel. Zhou Yu looked sideways at Lu Su and asked. What he said was that he didn't believe Liu Bei. Lu Su smiled slightly. Although I don't want to admit it, but Liu Bei is the same character as the Lord. I didn't think he would be so quick with his life in Cao Cao's hands. So I still advocate a joint fight against Cao. If Jiangdong had to bear Cao Cao's wrath alone, and we will be very disadvantaged. Of course, this is also the strategy set by the Lord. Just wait until Liu Bei escapes Cao Cao's pursuit. I then went to Liu Bei personally. Come to think of it, they wouldn't refuse. Zhou Yu sneered. He laughed. If Liu Bei really has such ability, how could he be hunted down by Chao Jun like a lost dog? However, since it is the Lord's order, Zhou Yu should obey his words. Revealing his contempt for Liu Bei and his group. I thought they were running for their lives in such a helter-skelter manner. It already illustrates their capabilities. Find allies like this. For Jiangdong, it is really the only choice. Lu Su nodded slowly. The governor is relieved. Lu Su meant Jiangdong wholeheartedly. He will definitely assist the governor to fight against Cao Cao. Having said that, but the reason why he came to the navy with Zhou Yu was, in fact, it was under Sun Quan's order. It was also to supervise Zhou Yu. Already he was Lu Su, although he won Sun Quan's trust. But the governor of Jiangdong is still Zhou Yu. Jiangdong Navy is also under Zhou Ye's control. Zhou Ye's idea was to stay still and capture Jingzhou, eager to establish meritorious deeds without doing anything. But the risk is too high. Even in the land of Jiangdong, the soldiers and horses are strong, nor can it withstand a few failures. Zhou Yu naturally knew what Lu Su was thinking, and what he is thinking now is indeed similar to Lu Su's guess. He wanted to take only Jingzhou. Seeing Jingzhou right in front of you, is there any reason to stop? Take Jingzhou. Jiangxia must be taken first. Picture Changsha again. Then, based on these two bases, gradually encroaching on Jingzhou. This is the best way. Although Jingzhou has 100,000 elite soldiers, but Jiangxia is far away from Xiangyang. It is the remote part of Jingzhou. Otherwise, Kai would not have allowed Lu Qi to come here to sign up. Like Changsha, it is also an important town in Jingzhou, close to the river. It is convenient for them to go east and west of the river. Zhou Yu had another point to consider. That is, Cao Cao's army is now being restrained by Liu Bei. They sit on the mountain and watch the fight between tigers and tigers. Lu Qi will naturally send troops to support Liu Bei. As everyone knows, they from Jiangdong are also watching with eager eyes. After Lu Qi sent troops, Jiangxia was empty. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even Lu Qi would never have imagined that Jiangdong would also be eyeing Jingzhou. If we send troops at this time, we will definitely succeed immediately. They can succeed in one fell swoop. Take Jiang Xia's words. It has a foothold in Jingzhou. You can resist Chao Jun at the same time. On the one hand, it can also allow a steady stream of Jiangdong Erlang to enter Jingzhou. Zhou Yu thought in his mind. I feel more and more fierce and agitated. Now, Jingzhou has begun to be turbulent. As the governor of Jiangdong, of course I don't want to live a stable life, but to prove your ability. Lu Su and Zhou Yu seem to be inseparable from each other. One who is willing to take risks. One seeks more stability. But at this time, both of them were smiling. No one can discover what they have in mind. In front of Yangqiao, Zhao Yun saw Zhang Fei standing at the head of the bridge from a distance. Already exhausted, he was overjoyed. He quickly rode forward. Ida, save me. Zhang Fei also saw Zhao Yun. At the same time, he saw the wall treasure in Zhao Yun's arms. I couldn't help but be overjoyed. Brother Zilong, come quickly. Zhao Yun got on the bridge. Zhang Fei stepped forward and looked at the little nephew in Zhao Yun's arms. He immediately laughed. Brother Zilong actually brought Ado back. Although Zhao Yun is brave, but probably no one would believe it. Zhao Yun was able to break out of Cao Cao's army. The case of Zhao Yun's expression. Unfortunately, madam, she fell into a well. Hey, sister-in-law. Zhang Fei couldn't help but feel a little sad. But he soon calmed down. Said, Brother Zilong, cross the bridge quickly. It's up to me to resist Chao's army. General Ida, how can you resist Cao Cao's army alone? Zhao Yun asked in surprise. Zhang Fei smiled slightly. Just go ahead and go. Big brother is right in front. If I knew you would take your little nephew back, I don't know how happy I should be. He'll take care of the rest. Although Zhao Yun was very worried, but now he was exhausted. I killed several people in Chao's army before. All the strength in his body had been exhausted. Even if he stayed, he wouldn't be able to help much. General Ide, I'll wait for you at the front. After saying that, he quickly crossed Dangyang Bridge, entered the woods behind the bridge. Zhang Fei rode like this and stood on Dangyang Bridge, waiting for Chao Jun to pursue him.